Hey everybody, I got a fun one here for you today. A lot of action, a little bit of quirkiness, but I'm so glad I got it. Riders of Justice, coming up next. Hi, I'm Rick. I love entertainment and I like to get that out to everybody. You can revisit some things that you probably haven't seen in a while. It could also be something that you never heard of, you want to give it a chance, or something totally new to you. Well, today I'm doing the 2021 movie Riders of Justice with Mads Mikkelsen. Now, I've heard a lot of good things about this movie. I want to read you the line on here uh, from one of the reviews on this, and it says it all. Salty, violent, transgressive, button pushing, non PC. That about sums it up. This is a pretty good movie. Now, granted, this is actually a Danish movie, so obviously you have the option of watching it like that or with English subtitles and or English language. As with any title, you will lose a little bit in the translation. So when I watched it, not only did I have the English on there, but I also had the subtitles as well. And there was a few scenes where what's said and what's written is slightly different. And to me, what was printed keeps you in the movie as opposed to some of the things that were said could kind of take you out of it from time to time. But not so much that it was a bad movie. It was actually a fun movie, a good experience. Let's talk about it. So, Riders of Justice came out in 2021, and it's got a lot of originality to it. It stars Mads Mikkelsen. If you're familiar with the TV show Hannibal, he was the lead character. The very first James Bond movie with Daniel Craig, he was the villain in that movie as well. So, he's been in a few things, and he's got that kind of acting ability for this movie. Basically, a recently deployed Marcus, who's played by Mads Mikkelsen, is forced to return home to care for his teenage daughter after his wife is killed in a tragic train accident. But when a survivor of the wrecked train surfaces claiming foul play, Marcus begins to suspect his wife was murdered and embarks on a mission of revenge to find those responsible. And one of the things I like about this movie, it takes you on that journey with Marcus as well as his daughter as they go through the grieving process, very differently, by the way. And you see the direction that their lives go in after this tragedy. And without giving any of this away, I love Mads Mikkelsen's acting in this, as you can see it in his eyes. When he's going through pain, you can see it in his eyes when he's angered. He doesn't have to do a lot of talking to get his point across. He makes it work. That's the mark of a truly good actor. Now, this film was originally released in Denmark on November of 2020, and it received very positive reviews from critics. And it was early this year that it started to go mainstream here in the States. It's an action comedy film. It's got its fair share of violence, but nothing too over the top. I like the way it explores how the simplest of things can domino into other things, leading up to tragic events. For example, after her mother's death, Matilda uses sticky notes to create a timeline on her bedroom wall, creating a list of events relating to her mother's death, and she gradually works her way back to the day her bike was stolen at the train station. And this single event seems to be the first in the entire chain of events that followed. This movie had the best opening weekend in Denmark when it came out in 2020. It has a 94% rating on Rotten Tomatoes on 66 reviews, with an average rating of 7.9. Now, I've got the DVD on this, and although the film is not rated here in the States, it would most likely be an R if it were released in theaters here. It's 116 minutes long, in color. It's in 5.1 Dolby digital audio. Again, it does have English subtitles and the English language track. It's a 239:1 ratio for widescreen, so it's gonna look good on your big screen TV. This movie was released from Magnolia Entertainment, and although I've heard of them before, I don't know if I've got too many other things from Magnolia. If you look at some of the previews prior to this movie start, it looks like they've got some interesting stuff, this Magnolia Entertainment. It reminds me a lot of Lionsgate when they first started. Okay, so rating this, no extras at all, just the movie and the previews, no special features. So I would give it a 2.75. Now, for the picture, I would give it a 3 because it has a decent picture for a DVD. I'm hoping this title may get released one day on Blu-ray or 4K, just so I can see how much better that picture quality would be. Same thing with sound, it would also be a 3. It is, like I said, Dolby Digital Audio and 5.1 sound, but an Atmos track would be sweet. So altogether, guys, I would give this a 2.83. It is just below that 3 line, but not far enough that I would say, take it or leave it. This one I still recommend just for the watching it. If you're an audiophile, you'll find it average at best. If you're into that pristine picture, you'll find it average at best. Again, this is a DVD, so it's not the Blu-ray and it's not 4K. But that's all right with me because I was thoroughly entertained with this movie and I really like it. Like I said, the only negative is, to me, the lack of special features, because there aren't any on this DVD, and the fact that some of the English language actors who do the voiceovers in this, it sort of takes you slightly away from some of the characters because they don't sound quite like you think they should, and you lose a little in translation too when you hear what they say, but you clearly read something different on the subtitle. Other than that, it still has a thumbs up for me. I still recommend it to anybody, to at least watch it one time and judge for yourself. So this movie wasn't too formulaic, and it had just that bit of quirkiness that I like, and it was just different. And I really appreciate that about these kind of movies. It was fun, it was entertaining, and this is just the kind of thing that I like to recommend to you guys. If you get a chance, stream it, buy it, watch it, however you can. I recommend it. All right, that's all the time I have right now. But if you like this video, be sure and hit that like button. That way YouTube can put us out there to more people. That way we can continue to expand and grow. And share this with others. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you want to see or hear in the future. And as always, stay positive and stay blessed. I'll see you soon.